So, back from a long hiatus, and like a lot of YouTubers actually, hopefully I will get back into the swing of things, and you'll be able to find my content on both YouTube and Rumble, kind of under the same name. And I may start re-uploading kind of older videos that I removed. We'll see. No promises there, but we'll see. But again, hopefully I'm back to start thinking and talking and hiking. So the bear and the dragon. Some of you may be thinking, well, that's kind of a vaguely familiar phrase. Let me explain that for a minute. The bear has long been associated with Russia, the military of Russia, now some of you may be saying, what about California? Isn't it associated with California? And it's like, if it's a vegan transgender bear, then that's probably associated with California. But when you think of the scary apex predator, and by apex predator I mean a carnivore, not a paedophile, that would be more, I think more directly linked with Russia and the Russian military. And the dragon, certainly by the Chinese people themselves, the dragon has been kind of associated with them, and considered the dragon is sort of like a benevolent, benign spirit, I guess, in some ways. I'm sure Chinese people could probably correct me on that. And to encounter a dragon would be considered a lucky or fortuitous event. Now, people coming from a Western background, if you go from Tolkien, C.S. Lewis, all the way back to Beowulf and even the Bible, obviously there an encounter with the dragon is decidedly unfortuitous or unlucky. In this day and age, no doubt some professor somewhere, has probably done some government-funded paper about how, the different interpretations of mythical beasts is really just another sign of how, ingrained white supremacy and racism is in our culture. But there you go. So I guess at this point, hopefully I've offended and frustrated anyone who's not really interested in hearing what I have to say. So really, my one subscriber that's left, it's just you and me left in the room. So here's my opportunity to talk freely. So the bear and the dragon, familiar phrase. Certainly, if you're a fan of Tom Clancy, one of his books has that as a title, and I'm not going to be talking about that book in particular. Excellent book though, as all of his books that I've read. But not here to talk about that. But in a way, not completely dissociated from Tom Clancy, because I think what I'm talking about is kind of if we were living in a Tom Clancy novel, here's how I suspect about how I suspect certain current events may play out. And again, hopefully this video does not age well. Hopefully it's like, well, what was he thinking? He was obviously smoking something back then. That'd be awesome. And again, there's not a prediction. There's not I hope this happens. This is just some observations and thoughts I'm just kind of throwing out there. Maybe concerns. Hopefully there's other people that have already thought about this a lot deeper than me. Much wiser people than me have thought this through. But so let's get down to it. I'll be rabbiting on enough. So, as I record this, we're probably about a month, less than a month out from the Beijing Olympics. I think it's Beijing Olympics. And at this point, you know, China's being China, kind of rattling its saber at Taiwan, and there's some more human rights stuff. And so some of the governments, the US government, I think Australian government, a few other people have either threatened to or have decided that they're not going to send diplomats to the upcoming Olympics. Still going to send all of the athletes, but you're not going to send diplomats. And you know, some people have, you know, there's two sort of schools of thought on that. Some people are saying, well, it's just spoiling it for all the athletes by doing that. Other people are saying, oh, that's just, you know, that's not enough. That's just a slap on the wrist. Personally, I think it's not even a slap on the wrist. From that point of view, I think it's, at best, it's a finger wag. But anyway, that's where that is. And at the same time, huge build-up of Russian troops on the border of the Ukraine. So there you go. So there's the dragon and the bear in this story. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but again, were we living in a Tom Clancy novel? And part of me wishes we were, because then maybe Jack Ryan would be in the White House. We definitely do not have Jack Ryan in the White House at the moment. But how would that story be playing out at this point? This is the scenario as I would see it. Again, I'm not saying this is reality. I'm saying if this was a Tom Clancy novel. So during the opening ceremony of the Olympics, when everyone's focus is there on their TV, on the going on's there, the maximum number of diplomats are in Beijing. At that point, China would launch an air offensive against Taiwan, simultaneously shutting down the airspace, Chinese airspace, and the borders. So at that point, as their offensive moves forward against Taiwan, they have kind of in their possession literally thousands of high-value hostages, highly visible hostages. And in that situation, what government is gonna, try anything? You're gonna try and, effect a rescue in Beijing, and even if it's only trying to get your people out, smuggle your people out, putting the athletes and diplomats of like every other nation at risk. I don't think so. It's like kind of perfect scenario, perfect hostage situation. And then kind of at the same time or shortly after that begins unfolding, as there's just total confusion. That would be an ideal moment for Russia to commence their invasion of Ukraine, because again there would be, I would suspect, zero support from anyone at that point for the Ukraine. It would just be a done deal, foregone conclusion. Game over. So that's really the meat of it. And I really don't know what, in the face of that. Again, I'm no geopolitical expert. I'm just a dude. I I don't know what the what the response to that would be. Certainly from our current administration, I would not have any great hopes of any meaningful response. Again, if we were in a Tom Clancy novel and we had Jack Ryan in the White House, yeah, maybe we'd have a chance. It'd certainly make for a pretty ripping novel, where you really can't see the way out. But in reality, man, I don't know. It troubles me, that's for sure. So that's it. I think that's probably enough. I really can't offer a solution. I can't offer a prediction. Can't say this is what's going to happen. It's just something on my mind, and that's kind of what this channel is mostly about. Here's stuff I'm thinking about. Make of it what you will. And I'll probably turn off comments for this video just because I'm not sure anything good can come from it. We'll see. Maybe I won't, but we'll see. Anyway, it's good to be back, and like, share, and subscribe if you will. And God bless. We'll see you again.